I'm Lindsay Littman. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. What started as an emergency public safety alert has now turned into 10 charges and an indictment for Hamilton County Sheriff Jason Brad Bolton. Reporter Sydney Walker breaks down the series of events that led to his arrest.
The one meant to arrest has been arrested.
I'm glad that they uncovered the truth.
Trampus Chew has been outspoken against the sheriff for months.
Sometimes we just gotta be patient.
It started back in September when multiple people were hospitalized due to alleged altered weight loss drugs sold by Chew's wife at her coffee shop.
When I went to commissioner's court, the issue was how can she be arrested for something when he's doing the same thing and then nothing happens to him?
I'm standing here in front of what once was Texas Coffee, a coffee shop owned by Erica Bedell, who allegedly was distributing fake weight loss drugs throughout Hamilton. Now, thanks to indictments obtained by 6 News, we now know the sheriff was also allegedly involved.
He's just a typical politician because he thought he could lie his way out of it.
Now the sheriff, Brad Bolton, faces an indictment of 10 total charges. Those include 5 counts of tampering with government evidence, 3 counts of abuse of official capacity, a false statement, and failure to report a felony.
Now they see that I wasn't just an angry husband, I was actually a voice for the people.
The indictments say that Bolton failed to arrest Bedell, refused to prevent the delivery of the dangerous drug, and possessed, promoted, or facilitated the delivery of the drug.
The investigation turned up, I think, substantial evidence. There's that.
The 5 counts of tampering with government records all accuse Bolton of making false entries in a monthly community service timesheet, alleging Bolton added 8 working hours that were not actually worked by Bedell.
I mean, it's not over, but the wheels of justice are turning.
In Hamilton, Sydney Walker, 6 News.
Well, meantime, organizers in Waco are holding an emergency protest in response to a deadly ICE agent shooting in Minneapolis that has sparked outrage nationwide. Protesters gathered outside of the McLennan County Federal Courthouse Thursday night at 5 p.m. to call for accountability for the agent who pulled the trigger. The Party for Socialism and Liberation, Waco chapter, organized the demonstration. Their goal was to show solidarity with those protesting nationwide and to raise awareness about what they describe as a pattern of deadly federal enforcement actions.
Just because we're over here in Waco doesn't mean that we can't show our support, but also we have to understand that just because it is over in Minneapolis doesn't mean it can't happen here. And so we have to not only be aware of that, but also be prepared to be unified against that, so that way we don't have any of our community members suffering the same way they are in Minneapolis.
Those in attendance were told to peacefully exercise their First Amendment rights. Waco is also opening a new visitor center downtown. They're looking to build on their rapidly growing city. The center was moved from near I-35 to downtown to help support local businesses and attractions that are there. The city says the reason for the move is also for tourists to extend their stay downtown with options like the Magnolia Market and the Dr. Pepper Museum. The center hopes to be a connecting point for everything.
The goal is to increase overnight hotel stays or short-term rental stays and encourage that visitor to stay a little bit longer.
The visitor center plans to host pop-up events for both tourists and Wacoans in the future. And those are your headlines from Central Texas.